Jai Hind and good evening, friends. Again, I'm Wing Commander Jaidev Desai in front of you, talking to you on a very topic of the week, Kashmir Files. मैंने ये मूवी संडे को देखा. मुझे पता है कि आप में से बहुत लोगों ने ये मूवी देखा होगा और बहुत लोग अभी मूवी नहीं देखा है, मगर यू आर प्लानिंग टू वॉच द मूवी. मैं तो मानता हूं कि ये मूवी सबके लिए मैंडेटरी वॉच है. नॉट ओनली सबके लिए, मगर आपके इन्फ्लुएंस सर्कल में जो भी है, आपके फ्रेंड्स, रिलेटिव्स, सबको एनकरेज करिए कि ये मूवी देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. इट इज़ लाइफ टाइम एक्सपीरियंस. इट्स अ मूवी ऑफ द मिलेनियम. मूवी विच टेल्स द ट्रूथ. मूवी विच ब्रिंग्स आउट द ट्रूथ. मूवी विच हैज ब्रॉट आउट जीनोसाइड ऑफ कश्मीरी हिंदूज in Kashmir so beautifully. It is very violent, barbaric, but still I'm saying beautifully because it explains, it successfully gives a message what it wants to give. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये जो मूवी के पहले ये जो मूवी में दिखाए गए जो इंसिडेंट्स है, इवेंट्स है, मुझे मालूम नहीं था और आपको मालूम नहीं है. Many of you must be knowing that incident. The main incident about Mr. Pushkar and his family. Sharda Devi, her husband, the Islamic terrorists, the forces come to their house, and that her husband hides in the drum full of rice. Their neighbor, the friend, gives him away. These people, knowing that he is hidden in this drum, fires the series of bullets. He is killed. His blood and rice comes out. The rice soaked in blood, his wife is made to eat. Imagine. She had to eat the rice soaked in the blood of her husband. Then later, she's raped and killed. Killed how? She is cut in pieces alive by electrical hacksaw. Barbaric. All this what this movie talks about with proof. Nobody can deny what has happened because all are with proof. Even Supreme Court did not accept to ban this movie. And with the present establishment, present government, there was no way that movie was banned, would have been banned. So it was not that what I saw I did not know. But when it came visually in front of me, I literally was moved. I was angry. I felt helpless. I felt betrayed. I felt ashamed that this happened in my country. And and most of us, I'm very frankly speaking, with 2-3 years back, I also did not know that type of atrocities which was, made on them, was played on them. In this episode, you may find me very emotional. Yes, I am emotional, my dear friends. मैं इमोशनल हूँ, होना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं. और ये बात में हमारा जज्बात बाहर नहीं उभर के आए, हमारी जज्बात बाहर उभर के नहीं आएगी, तो व्हाट आर वी फॉर? आर वी ह्यूमन बीइंग? मैंने बोला कि आई वॉज ग्रेटली एंग्री, हेल्पलेस, अशेम एंड ऑल. मैंने परसों मूवी देखा और आज मैं ये वीडियो बना रहा हूं क्योंकि मैं सोच रहा था कि मैं क्या करूं. कल सारा दिन मैंने मेन मीडिया देखा. मीडिया में जो पहले इसकी बात ही नहीं करता था, तो उसके नाउ एवरीबडी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट इट. देयर आर होल डे मेनी ऑफ द मीडिया चैनल हैव फॉरगॉटन द यूक्रेन एंड रशिया वॉर एंड नाउ दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. टुडे इवन प्राइम मिनिस्टर सपोर्टेड द थिंग, सेइंग दैट सच ट्रूथ शुड नॉट बी हिडन फ्रॉम अस. We should talk about the truth. And that made, as I said, made me think And I started thinking that how can I contribute to the cause of this? Not that I've been quiet as such. As I said earlier, also many of my videos that I've stopped being politically right. And I speak my mind. My friends who know me personally, they'll agree. Many times they feel that, come on यार ये तो बोलना नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा तो directly बोलना नहीं चाहिए. But yes, I do so today. And I think it's a need of the day. And when I start talking about this, I start thinking that why the political parties of that day behave the way they behaved. Why did they keep quiet? Why the dispensation after that also kept quiet and did not talk about it? That brings, and even the establishment, and when I talk about establishment, police, administration, so-called free press, why all of them kept quiet? What is there in our DNA which makes us to behave the way we behaved in on that day or thereafter? Why do we want to keep such incidents, such massacre, such genocide, such barbarism put behind under the carpet? Why? Why are we made this way? So today I'm asking three questions. Number one, why most parties, political parties, just for the sake of vote bank, hide the atrocities committed by Muslims? When I say Muslim, is not all Muslims. Of course, it's Islamic forces. Why the word secular is so abused and used in a way that anything about Hinduism is bad. When you talk about Hindu or Hinduism is bad, should not be spoken about. Till yesterday, till about few years back, I'm sure all of you also must have done that, to introduce yourself. Yes, I'm a Hindu, but I'm secular and I've got many Muslim friends, to prove your secular credential. Why are we like this? Why are an environment like this? Why are political parties are like this? Second is, why are we emotionally, or why are we so emotionless, I would say, emotionless? When Hindus are killed, the women are raped, women are sold in the market, women are killed, women and men, Hindus, are cut in pieces so barbarically. Why do we keep quiet? Whether it is Kashmir, it is Godhra, it is West Bengal atrocities after the poll violence, during the poll violence, Muzaffarnagar, you name it. And we have kept quiet. Why? Not only we, the establishment got quiet, same police and administration. And we are very happy when this genocide, this barbarism is kept under the carpet. जब तक मेरे घर पे नहीं होता है मुझे क्या? That is attitude what we have. Why? Isn't the time come to question this our attitude? Are we going to wait for the mob to come to my house and take away my wife and my daughter and my mother and my sister and all? Will it not be very late? Why are we like this? And I'm trying to find the answer to this. Information warfare, the narrative which is created, is a narrative creation, a narrative what we present in front of us by so-called secularist, urban Naxal, the way a name is given by the same Vivek Agnihotri. Who financed them? What is their ecosystem? How do we kill that ecosystem? And how do they manage it? So these are the three questions which have come here in front of you to find answer. I'm sure कि मेरे जो सोशल मीडिया फ्रेंड है और मेरे जो पर्सनल फ्रेंड है उसमें काफ़ी लोग मेरे से भी ज़्यादा शायद जानते होंगे, मेरे से भी ज़्यादा आप वीडियोस एंड इंटरनेट में नई अपनी जो रियल हिस्ट्री है उसको आपको पता है और आप जानते हैं। तो मैं ऐसा नहीं बोलना चाहता ये वीडियो में कि मैं जो बोलूँगा और मैं जो कहना चाहता हूँ आपको वो एनीथिंग इन न्यू। नो, डेफिनेटली इज नॉट न्यू. It is there everything on internet. I've read and after this movie I've started thinking. I'm trying to put my thoughts in particular sequence and I'm trying to present in front of you. And again, as I said, I'm emotional. If you find I'm emotionally slightly charged in while making this video, please kindly excuse me and kindly pardon me. There is a disclaimer I'm putting. And if I try to answer all these three questions, the video will become very long. So I will not consider all the three questions, but very, very important question of today's India is that why the political parties are after such a vote bank, why our constitution is anti-Hindu, why we misuse the word secular and secularism. Now, these are the questions we must ask to try to answer, and it's a very important question. And these are the, once we get the answer, we must get rid of this negativism from our political system. And to understand this, I would take help of three things. Number one, formation and evolution of Congress. Yes, Congress has played very important role in our freedom struggle, so-called freedom struggle by Congress. Number two is the two-nation theory. And number three is Ghazwa-e-Hind. All these three are interrelated. So to answer the first of the three questions which I said about political parties, we need to understand these three things. Now, as all of you are aware, and I'm sure you know, that Congress was formed by serving civil servant, a Britisher called A.O. Holmes. In 1885, he formed this Congress with the sole purpose of attracting youth to join civil service and military. Because they knew from 1857 freedom struggle that if you want to rule and loot this country, we need the Indian help because it's a vast country and few thousand Britishers will not be able to control. So they wanted or they had to create good civil service administrators with help of Indians and good military and police force where the crowd can be controlled. As I said, in 1885, they formed this thing with the aim to keep the political dialogue going, to ensure that Congress becomes a cooker pressure valve of Indian. Keep so-called revolutionaries like 1857 at bay, away. And by having peace, so-called peace, they can continue ruling and looting this country. You'll be surprised to know, and I'm surprised to know, that in 1918, बाल गंगाधर तिलक said that स्वराज्य मेरा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है और मैं उसको लेके रहूंगा. We all see him as an icon, but Congress at that time saw him as extremist. He and his friends, so-called extremist friends, revolutionaries, were removed from Congress in Surat Adhivesion. Thereafter, there are a series of people like Bhagat Singh and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and all these revolutionaries were kept aside, ensuring that Gandhi and Nehru and Congress remain as a pivotal body to participate in dialogue for governing India. Slowly parts and things were given. What Tilak said in 1918, Congress adopted in 1931 after 13 years that they want full Swaraj. But in 1947, did we get full Swaraj? Or it was just a transfer of power? Full Swaraj we got when? Fine, that's a separate episode, which I will not get into detail on that particular side. But that also we have to understand and think of. And that brings one question in my mind. Was Congress a tool through Gandhi and Nehru of British Raj to ensure that they can rule this country so-called peacefully by the Ahimsa movement? And all these revolutionaries are kept aside. You know what happened to Veer Savarkar. You know what happened to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Though the freedom to India, the main contributor was not Gandhi, but Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Azad Hind Fauj. I think one of my videos I have spoken about it. So, was Nehru and Gandhi knowingly, unknowingly, they became a tool or stooge of British Raj? How, instead of Sardar Patel, Nehru was made Prime Minister by Gandhi? We all know about it. And Britishers, with help of Nehru, especially Mountbatten and Edwina, they manipulated Nehru. You know, we've got partition, Pakistan and thing. I'll talk about that certainly later also in two nation theory. But when we got partition and two nations were created, don't you think it is slightly odd that for both the army, the commander was the same? Even today, Ukraine and Russia war, the commander of both the army is the same. What happens? And that commander sided Pakistan, not India. And we accepted it. Our government accepted it. It was because of Sardar Patel that some part of the Kashmir is saved. So there are many incidents we can talk about, we know, to prove a point that they were the stooge. Debate can be on, of course. Talking about the vote bank. Okay, fine. Coming back to vote bank. Muslim appeasement, I personally feel, was initiated by Gandhi. He was an epitome of vote bank politics. For his non-cooperation movement, he wanted the support of Muslims. And he thought by supporting their Khilafat movement, he will get the support of Muslims. What happened after Khilafat? Well, what was Khilafat movement first of all? The ruler of Khalifa of Turkey become our Khalifa? And you support it? What happened after that? Mupla massacre. How many Hindus were killed overnight in 2 or 3 days? Congress was quiet. No effective criticism. The whole thing was kept under the carpet. And you try to say that nothing has happened. No massacre has taken place. Wasn't that the starting point? 1000 years, gentlemen and friends, हाँ, हमने 1000 साल तक ये इस्लामिक फोर्सेस को रेजिस्ट किया. इस्लामिक फोर्सेस आपको जिसको भी हिस्ट्री पता है, वो from Makkah to Medina, and when they got power, they forcibly converted and increased the Muslim population by force, by the help of sword. And slowly, every country in that Middle East became a Muslim country. Country became Muslim moment they got power. Within 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 29 years, 30 years, the whole country became a Muslim country. But in India, we fought for 1000 years. How? Because of brave soldiers, brave hearts of India. You name them: Shivaji, Maharana Pratap, Prithviraj Chauhan, Ranjit Singh, Vijayanagaram Empire. I mean, there are so many examples, there are so many bravehearts are there in front of us. That is where the Gajwa-e-Hind comes in. The mission to convert India, which is the last fort forte of thing. Because once they say that once India is converted, everything else becomes easy. Wasn't Kashmir a part of Ghazwa in the movie? If you are saying it talks about Ghazwa Hind. It is said that when Muslim population in a particular place goes beyond a certain percentage, Ghazwa Hind in that particular place starts. Karena, displacement of Hindus is what? And many such villages, many such areas exist in India. It is said that there are 500 Kashmirs in India as of now. As I told you earlier, what happened in West Bengal after election, the condition of Hindus and people who voted for BJP. Same. Ladies were kidnapped, ladies were taken away, they were raped, they were killed. And we kept quiet. Repetition of the same thing, because they know that the Hindus shall not speak. Why? You will not like it when I say it's because of Gandhi. I dare to say today in front of the camera, Gandhi made us hijrah. My friend, this is for you today. For your information, friends, that I was stating with few friends, and when I said this statement, people started laughing. And I said, I'm going to speak this word in front of the camera, and I'm saying that he made us hijrah. Ahimsa paramo dharma. He said, he taught us. Didn't he know that all our gods, talk about Shiva, talk about Krishna, talk about everybody except Saraswati and Lakshmi, everybody, Dev or Devi, has got arm in their hand. Why? Are they extremists? Are they terrorists? No. The second sentence of that shloka, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, says, and that is the teaching of Gita also, to Arjun, when Krishna says, to establish dharma, to kill adharma by force is also a dharma. But because of popularity, because Indians trusted Gandhi so well, we got into his words. We were played by him. We forgot to fight. We forgot to raise voice. We forgot to do anything. We accepted as if it's our fate. It is said that Gandhi once said, if your woman, the Muslim comes and to rape your woman, please tell her to keep quiet for 5 minutes. He will be satisfied and he will go away after 5 minutes. That is what was taught to us. Is the right thing to do? No, definitely no. Again I say, Godhra, I mean, you name the thing and we have kept quiet. Godhra, of course, we didn't keep quiet. Something else happened after that. And after that, we have peace in Gujarat. But there's so many things we can talk about. So many things happening in India today. Why are we like this? So basically, Gandhi did 2 things. 3 things. Okay, fine. He played a very important role in creating a lot of revolutionary ideas and trying to give us a lot of ideas to how to improve country, how to improve the condition of the people, and lot of things he did. I appreciate him. But the 2 things which I don't appreciate him, and that is why what I'm very, very forthright in me saying so. 1, because of him, we the Hindus forgot to fight these Islamic forces. I'm not against saying Muslims. I'm saying Islamic forces. We have fought them for 1,000 years and we have remained the way we are. And then in the end of the movie, the Krishna talks about what Kashmir means to Hindu Sanskriti. We have forgotten about this. And the second thing what Gandhi did was to bring this vote bank politics, taught Congress the vote bank politics. And that art of vote bank politics and remain in power, Congress mastered, and almost all the political parties followed it. also mastered that. So today, if you have Muslim population, because Muslims generally vote in mass, and one of a jati like Yadav with you, you can rule the country. So why worry about everybody else? That is what is happening today in India. Do we accept it? Do you think it's the right thing to do? Fortunately, things are changing. Talking about this establishment, why the establishment kept quiet? What is establishment? Police and administration? They will do what the politician wants them to do. Because finally, they are under them and they are their chamchas. That establishment in Kashmir did not want them to fight, to counter it. So they didn't. Let's example of UP today. In time of Akhilesh Yadav thing, you know what was the law and order. But when Yogi took over, same police, same administration behaved differently and rule of law was established. And that security and rule of law was one of the main reasons I feel for the second win of BJP or Yogi in UP today. So I don't blame them. Same thing, political establishment, the master. And who selects the master? Who elects the master? You and me. Jaisi Praja aise Raja. Do we want this type of Raja? I'm sure no. So let us all behave maturely in selecting who should rule us. This vote bank politics is so strongly inbuilt in our system, our constitution. Hindu temples can be ruled by or can be taken over by government, but not church and masjid. Why? Hindu code of conduct is established, but not for any other religion. Why? Why can't we have this uniform code? Today, hijab issue. Very rightly, the Karnataka High Court has given a right decision. But you see what is happening. All is part of it, and all the political party, other than a couple of him, are supporting that movement of hijab. CAA was another classic example. The fake narrative, supported by all the political parties. Again, vote bank politics. They think that by supporting Muslims in anti-national activities or things like this, they will win the vote. But really, are Muslims like this? Are they anti-nationals? I don't think so. Otherwise, Yogi wouldn't have won in UP. So we, the people, have to choose a party, have to choose the politician who can take our country to the right path. Talk about two-nation theory, which I said the 3 points are there, which I'll be talking about. Initially, thing was that there cannot be partition, but finally Congress accepted the partition. And people were dissatisfied. People did not want the partition. Partition was planned by British and America to divide country. When British left, we were left with 500 plus different states, different countries. It was because of Sardar Patel that we became one. The plan was that India, they knew the strength of India. They knew that if Hindus unite, Hindus, I mean, is that people of this country, it is irrespective of religion. Hindus are the people who live in Hindustan, this part of Indus river. When they unite, when they come to their strength, then nobody will be able to control. We become the superpower. We were once upon a time controlling, between we and China, we are controlling more than 50% GDP of the country. But when they left, we had not more than 0.2% of the GDP. They looted us. So they divided partition. When people got angry, people were dissatisfied. Savarkar came out in open and said the way it is planned, that way the partition should not be there. looking at his popularity, Gandhi was asked, or Gandhi made the statement that partition of the country will be over my dead body. What happened? Did he even fast? He used to go fasting for the smallest of the reason. But why in this thing he did not fast and force Nehru and Patel not to accept a partition? Was it a pre-plan or planned by the British government using Gandhi as their stooge to ensure the partition goes through? I'm just asking question. I have my own opinion. I'm not expressing here. But you must make up your mind by reading all what is there available in the open source. And partition cost us what? We know. As I said, that between two countries, army commander was same. And we lost half the Kashmir. And today we are, हम भुगत रहे इसको. मूवी में आपने देखा आज़ादी आज़ादी, Benazir Bhutto saying आज़ादी आज़ादी. Today in JNU also we have the same slogan, आज़ादी आज़ादी. What आज़ादी are we talking about from India? And when we say that if you don't want आज़ादी from India, go to Pakistan, they feel bad. Freedom of speech. So, my friends, I'm angry. I want you to be angry. I want you to think over why we are like this. I've expressed my views why we are like this. Maybe I was jumping from this place to another place because I was emotionally charged. I'm emotionally charged. I'm angry to myself. I'm feeling helpless myself. How many Kashmir we want? How many West Bengal massacre we want? When will we wake up? And today I'm very happy that our Prime Minister Modi ji has given his might behind this type of thing. The truth must prevail. Why this movie was made when Narendra Modi is in power? Why same movie could not be made earlier? We need to ask these questions. Do we want another Kashmir, another genocide in some other part of the country? If answer is no, then you and me must do our bit. We must stop being hijra. I'm sorry I'm using this unparliamentary word, but it's a fact of life. We must do our duty. Today, because of social media, we can do a lot of things. Talk to people, make them go to see the movies, discuss with them why we are in this thing, this situation. What can we do as an Indian to stop this, to come out of this, to find solution? Is the responsibility only Modi and Yogi? No. We as Indians, we have our own responsibility. Let us do our responsibility rather than asking somebody else to bell the cat. How can I help him to bell the cat in whatever way capacity I'm capable of? That is a thought. I'm leaving it with you. And hope that you also get charged up the way I am. And you do bit. Keep thinking, keep finding solution, keep loving this country. Thank you very much. Good evening and Jai Hind once again.